Hello everyone, so welcome to our second live session. Today we will talk about Cartagena, Colombia, about the general how is the context of the city, so we can deliver the best in the best way. Our world's largest lesson session. So today we have planned a session with Como Cartagena, that is our partner, but they couldn't make it. So, anyways, we will have the session and we will talk about Cartagena reality. So, welcome everyone. We will wait 5 more minutes to actually start. Please invite all your members, NC, your LCs, so they can join because if you are coming to AIESEC Colombia, then you will have to know this in order to deliver the best world's largest lesson ever. Okay, so let's start. We will talk today about Cartagena reality, so you can understand better which city are you actually visiting. So before we start, hello. Okay, there we go. So then let's start to understand more about Cartagena. So yeah, there you go. You can see the activity. Perfect. So as I mentioned, so this information is bring to you in collaboration with the City of Colombia. They are part of the Teach for All network. So you can see they are mainly contributing to improve the and transfer the quality of education in Colombia. So let's continue. So about the city, in general, the district is divided in three localities. So it's the historical and the North Caribbean, the virgin and touristic, and the industrial of the bay. So these localities are divided into 15 urban and 15 rural governance units, and 188 neighborhoods. So in general, Cartagena is not really big, and I want to show you like later at the end of the session a map so you can actually locate because it's easier to understand. Okay, where is the hotel where IC will happen, and then where is the downtown, like the historical downtown, that is like basically where everything move around. So about the population, we have Afro-descendants and indigenous people with high levels of illiteracy according to the DANE census. So DANE, it's a national administrative department of statistics. So which is really important here is that yes, a lot of people here they don't know how to read, and of course English level is not the best. So for you to know like a little bit about the context here, so Colombia had a strike of teachers in the last 37 days. So that was, let's say, a not easy situation for us to actually organize and arrange everything in world's largest lesson. Now the strike is over. So now they are selling how they are gonna arrange all those days that they were on the strike, sorry, so they can actually ensure that the kids and in general the children they have the calendar complete to actually like know and learn everything that they should know in the school year. So about the education system, it's mainly provided by the Secretariat of Education. So at national level, there is the Ministry of Education, and in the department is Bolivar, that is like let's say normally known as the state, like internationally or globally known as states, but in Colombia we call them departments. So, the secretariat, sorry, of the District of Education is the one that is managing specifically all the education side, specifically, of course, the public education service in Cartagena. Okay, so so then we have the local realities. So the survival rate and an indicator that shows the system capacity to keep people who start their studies until they finish shows that out of 100 students, only 62 live in the urban area and 40 in the rural area. The question, well, which kind of schools are we visiting? It's really, let's say, tricky. We will visit schools that are located in some parts in the rural area, yes, because the hotel is actually near to the rural area of Cartagena, and also in the urban area, mainly public schools. Then about the current coverage of education. So actually, this is kind of sad because the school age population of the poorest sectors outside of the education system. So displaced population by violence, youth at risk, and this situation has occurred in the marginalized sectors and invasions because the existing official education institutions do not have the capacity to actually offer the service in these sectors. So yes, maybe the schools that you will visit and the school where you will deliver the lesson maybe don't have, I don't know, a projector, or they only have this classroom and maybe there is no AC. So talking also about the coverage, so there are 10,600 students that are not in the basic education system. See, so in 2015, Cartagena had the highest dropout rate in the last 6 years with a total of 4.95. So this kind of activities, like for example, words just lesson, the idea is that we can improve this part. The idea is that we can actually take advantage of this and change the mindset of the people that we will deliver the lesson to. So about talking about finishing the school, so the balance between repetition and desertion is suggested. So the highest is the grade of the students, then the more difficult is to actually retain them enrolled. Therefore, when they fail in high school, of course, increases the risk that the student doesn't return to study and doesn't finish his or her education. So why is that the low coverage on education? So the first part will be migration. That's the first say phenomenon. Every day is more common due to increasing of tourism and visitors since 1996 here in Cartagena. So this scenario has produced suburban settlements in the city and in the rural area. So let's say that the coverage of education in this kind of population is kind of difficult. And then we have the events and parties. So of course this is increasing in across all the city because of the tourism, but also because let's say the culture. So sometimes they don't pay attention to the education because they have to work or this opportunity to actually earn some money. And the third part is lack of inclusive coverage. So we have rural areas that don't count with programs, methods, or initiatives that aim to minimize the problems or disability of children. So it's not really inclusive. And then we have the same educational policies. So these rural areas don't have programs to make more dynamic and clear the education policies, establishing the education sector plans. So they are not actually arranged or they are not aligned with what the students need in those areas. Then talking about the objectives of the Secretariat of Education, so we have extend the coverage, of course, because it's one of the issues that they want to work harder for. Then improve the quality and of course implement the training and qualification program for teachers and reduce the rural urban gap. So talking about the quality, in 2015, for a second consecutive year, non-official education institution reached the level of A plus, the higher in the Saber 11 test. So Saber, for you to know, is just a test to measure the quality of education in Colombia. So most of the educational institutions have minimal or insufficient results in the test. So how was Cartagena actually like in the previous test? How was the performance? So if you see, it's not really bad, but anyways, like here in the MMA, that is the annual goal of improvement that is set for 2018, it's not really far from what they got, right? From the scientific index of quality result. But anyways, if you can see this, anyways, the coverage of the education is not enough. So some facts on the education in Cartagena, in fact, is elementary school and secondary have the highest coverage. Then in 2015, none of the official institutions reached A plus level. In 2015, there was one computer per 12 students, and then instead of 2006, that there was one computer per 115 students, which shows some improvement that in that part, then most of the institutional educations got minimal or insufficient results in several tests. In 2015, rate of desertion was 4.9 and is the highest in the last 7 years, and the preschool and high school levels present the lowest coverage. So, how we can improve this? Yes, more young people who see in education the way to close the gaps. That's actually us. More people who believe in our children and adolescents to make a change that has resonance in the long term, and more leaders who dare to leave their comfort zone to speak from experience. So, of course, these three, let's say, options that are proposed by Enseña por Colombia, like Teach for Colombia, our partner today, are really interesting and are part of what we do or what we are doing with world's largest lesson. So, some important information also to add upon on this is the level of English skills that we will find in the schools that we will visit delivering the lesson. So the English level is not really well. That's why we are trying to work with the students that are in the higher grades. Anyways, what we are planning to do is the idea is that we can create a synergy between the people that are actually Spanish speakers and the ones that are English speakers. That's the first thing for you to know. Then the other part is that in general, the transportation, the idea is that it will take between 30 minutes and 40 minutes. And then the last part, I will say that Cartagena and in general the students that you will visit, they are really excited for you to share with them part of your multicultural, yes, of course, of your multicultural experience, your perspective, your mindset, your point of view. And the idea is that we can change together and give to the city that is actually hosting us in this huge event a little bit of other perspectives and something that is the best for them. So now let's have a space for Q&A space for questions. If you have any questions at the moment, so we can talk about it. I will close the mic while there is some question. Okay, I think there is no questions right now. So that's it for this part of understanding Cartagena reality. In general, this city is really beautiful. So to close this, to wrap up, I'm gonna show you the map. Let me set the screen. so I can show you better where you will be in Colombia. Okay, present to everyone. There you go. And I'm gonna close this. Yes, perfect. Okay, so this is Cartagena. Here, around here, where I have the yes, where it says Cielo Mar, like close to this part is the hotel where icing will take place. Then here where you see Plaza Santo Domingo, San Diego, Getsemani, all this part is the downtown of Cartagena. So here, for example, we will have the opening, we will have Global Village, and also we will have here, all, here you can find all the hostels, and then this part that you see that is Boca Grande, it's mainly yes, it's pretty touristic. You can find different hotels there, but it's kind of far as you can see from this downtown. And in downtown you can find mainly like all the touristic places, the castle, and the fun things to do in Cartagena. So there you go. There is no more questions, so that's it for this live session number 2 of your virtual training. Final message, please test yourself and present the test and pass it so you can receive the notification, the approval notification to deliver this lesson. Thank you all, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate contacting us, contacting our project manager, my deck. It's been a pleasure. Bye.